65, bike route 65 with those arms. And we got curves. Hello again. I am Bane, and I'm out for a bike ride. Probably some type 2 fun today. It's sprinkling, or it has been, and it's not sure if it wants to rain or not. And I think the direction I'm heading, the rain is probably going to follow. I'm in southern Ohio, and today I am going to be biking part of the Ohio State Bicycle Route 65. Mainly, I just wanted to get some riding in. I normally only ride when I'm on trips, and I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to bike more often so I don't die on bike trips. So even though it's probably going to rain, I'm headed out anyways, and part of my goal is just biking up hills. I want to go west and bike around the mountains. And though Ohio isn't flat, the mountains in Appalachia are not the same as out west. So out west, for one, the elevation is a lot higher, going over the passes. Probably around 8,000 or 9,000 feet, the elevation actually becomes an issue trying to breathe with the air being thinner. The grades aren't as steep, but they're longer, according to the YouTube channels I watch. And around here, the climbs aren't as long, but they're steep. And I figure short, steep climbs are better than no climbs. As most of you know, most of the rail trails are flat. Anyways, you guys asked for blabbing. You're gonna get some blabbing. Probably, I don't know. Heading to Ohio State Bike Route 65. Let's go. Like and subscribe, follow along. On we go. State Route 7. State Route 775, which is supposed to be the bike route 65. No signage yet. Let's see if we find any signage, that is. Hello. Some of the cars are giving me some space, but they're not really slowing down. So if they come across traffic coming the other way, might be bad for me.
Now you're halfway there. You want to ride?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I don't know what you're working at, but I thought to come out here and ask if you want to ride.
I appreciate it.
God bless, brother.
You too.
Where's you going?
Just riding.
Riding? Where'd you start?
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake?
Yeah.
Hey, enjoy your ride, bro. Bless you.
Just trying to hit these hills and burn off some tum-tum. I read an article that's 6 years old discussing the bike route. So you'd think there'd be some signage. And now we got some downhill. I just realized you can see this speedometer. That's kind of neat. Yeah, it's windy. I can feel the wind blowing me around. .37's gonna be it. Maybe if the pavement wasn't wet. Whee! I forgot to check the distance. Into another hill. This road is pretty busy. I think I might bounce off of it the next road I see. Kind of zigzagging in and out. Sort of climbing up and down this ridge just to climb. I don't feel all that good today. I went out Thursday and all I did was basically climbed, and I felt pretty good, and that was after working and after leg day. Today I feel pretty tired. I'm not sure why. It is like 75 and it's pretty humid. I don't know. I'm not completely fresh, but I am more rested than I was Thursday. Anyways, on we go. Looks like the rain might be back. It's sprinkling a little. Not bad. So far, so good. Headwind. There was no bike signage on State Route 775, which is supposed to be Ohio Bike Route 65. So I bounced off it. The end of this road goes up the ridge, or up a ridge. Once I get to the top of the ridge, I'm gonna bike out it further, drop down off the ridge at some point, only to climb back up it again. And that's basically what I'm doing today. Working on climbing up these hills. I've been planning a longer trip, an overnight, something like that, for next weekend. I haven't hit one a little bit, and it's supposed to rain pretty bad. So I'm thinking I'm going to head south and bike around Cades Cove in the Smokies. See if we can find some bears. I'm thinking if I'm lucky, I'll catch some bears. You know, get out early and catch some critters at dawn. I don't know. But that's the plan, if nothing changes. I don't know, I gotta look around, see what else I can find between here and there. I've been looking for longer hills to bike up, and I was told about Pine Mountain down in Kentucky. So I'll probably hit that. At some point, I'll hit Pine Mountain. Looks like there's some stuff to do down there other than just climb the mountain. So I'm doing all these hills unloaded. So I might need to load the bike up, and when I head down, see if I can actually make it up some of these hills. I was also thinking at some point in time, going back down to Mount Mitchell. Mount Mitchell is the highest peak of the Appalachian Mountains, the highest point east of the Mississippi River. And pretty sure I've hiked it 4 times, but I've never biked up it. So it's like at least 3,000 feet of elevation gain and about 6 to 10 miles, I guess, depending on where I park. Anyways, I see this hill coming. Time to get moving. Follow along. Look at these donkeys. They want to go with me. Maybe they want to carry me up the hill. sun has come out. Maybe the rain has blown by. It's sprinkling coming up the hill again. I have bad luck with my equipment. I have a little, I guess you'd call it a selfie stick that I mount to this camera. And the spot on the camera where it clicks in has broken, and now I can't hook it to the selfie stick. Now, it's not a horrible issue, but might be time to replace it. Anyways. Turned out to be a pretty nice day. It's 3:40. I don't know if I'm gonna quite get the route in that I wanted to get in before I run out of daylight, but I might if I quit videoing so much. I spent a lot of time stopping to set up the camera. You know, one thing I did notice, so I was coming up that hill and I was setting the camera out. Just stopping long enough to set down the camera really gives you the legs a break. It's like a fresh start going back up the hill. That one wasn't too steep though. On we go. Everything is blooming. Another hill. This one's not too long. Look at this good boy. Look at this good boy. Look at this good boy. You got a giant head. I'm about 20 miles in. Stopped to get me a Gatorade and refill my water. Have a little snacky snack. Probably about halfway for the day, I suppose. I don't know. I might push more. I got about 3 hours of daylight and kind of off and on with the rain. Like it looks like it's not done with the rain. I don't know. I don't want to be in the dark and in the rain if I can help it. But I'm going to drop down off of this ridge at least one more time and then climb back up it at least one more time. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying getting up the hill. Anyways, maybe I'll blab some more as we go. Thanks for following along. Like and subscribe if you haven't. You know, YouTube has this dang notification bell, and you can click the little bell and it'll tell you when I upload videos, and then you can watch them. I've been getting a lot of feedback too lately, and I've gotten some freaking awesome feedback, and I really appreciate it. There was a survey done, and according to the survey, people who subscribe and like my videos and watch are 95% cooler than people who don't. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. Back on 775, bike route 65 with those horns. And we got curves. Now this looks like a nice, long, low grade. Maybe I should have come the other direction. I don't know. Yeah, it's a pretty long, low grade. Tempted to turn around and hit it the other direction. Oh, that's a strong headwind. That looks terrifying. Well, not terrifying necessarily, but looks like rain in the direction I'm going. Just dropped down off the ridge. Just dropped down off the ridge. And now I've turned back. I'm headed up it again. I don't know if this is accurate, but I'm about 1,600 feet of elevation gain so far. I don't know. I'm trying to get to biking more often, which means around the area. I can only take off so often. So I'm trying to convince myself of some sort of accomplishment biking up all these hills. Drone and the action camera. Let's drop down the other side and come back up again. Windy, 37, 38. Looks like 38 it is. 39. Good boy. I'm at about 34 miles and about 2,300 feet of elevation gain. You know, I don't really know what the most elevation I've done in a day is. I'm pretty sure it was on the Ohio trip. Again, everybody thinks Ohio is flat, but southern Ohio and eastern Ohio is not flat. So I was doing about 80 miles a day heading up to Lake Erie when I did the Ohio trip. I think my max elevation might have been 2,500 feet. I don't really remember. I need to look into that. By the time I got to the OTET on the Ohio trip, I was pretty beat up and I didn't film much. So unless I get to it sooner, in May, I plan on riding the OTET again. But this time I'm gonna bike the OTET and not all of Ohio. That's the Ohio to Erie Trail, Cleveland to Cincinnati. And that's likely the direction I'll be going. Anyways, you guys asked for blabbing. I don't know if I blabbed that much today. I don't know. You know, I watch YouTube as well. And I watch bike videos. And everybody I watch does a fair amount of blabbing. In fact, I don't watch anybody that don't blab. Just the, I don't know what you'd call it, I guess first person view with the camera attached to the bike, just biking along. Everybody does that. So there's nothing to set those people apart. So I like some blabbing in my YouTube videos. Let's see. Brian with Ride Along Adventures. Pretty good at blabbing. I just finished up Diego's last season with Fly Scout Rider. Does a good amount of blabbing. I started watching Matt Ryder's stuff. I think that's his name, Matt Ryder. He does a lot of blabbing. In fact, pretty sure he does more blabbing than biking. But that's alright, because I enjoy it. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of everybody. I watch people, I don't even know who they are. Who y'all watching? Go ahead and drop their name in the comments. Why not? Give them a shout out. While you're doing it, like and subscribe. And follow along. I almost forgot to give Traveling Through a shout out. Traveling Through is actually the first person I found on YouTube bike touring across the states. And it just so happened that I found him while I was doing rehab on my knee after banging it up hiking. You know, one of the things I've caught myself doing is I try to see how everybody videos their stuff. I try to see what cameras they use, what mounts they use. I find it interesting, probably because I do YouTube stuff too. Y'all want to see that stuff? Y'all want to see everything I'm using and how I'm using it? Let me know. Comment. All right. Slight grade, but I got to shift. On we go. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. It is 7:05. The sun's setting in, I don't know, 15 minutes. It'll be 42 miles plus by the time I'm done, with at least 2,600 feet of elevation. That's what it says now. Anyways, everybody commenting, I really appreciate it. I've gotten some pretty awesome comments lately. Everybody watching. I really appreciate everybody taking the time to watch my stuff. Feedback is always cool. Learning as I go. I even like the negative feedback. I don't mind. Most of the time. One more thing. The part of Ohio Bike Route 65 I was on, no signage whatsoever. So, do me a favor. If you're familiar with any of the Ohio bike routes, not the rail trails, but the bike routes, let me know if there's signage up. I only hit a small section of Bike Route 65, but there was absolutely no signage. So fill me in. Like and subscribe, follow along. You guys are appreciated. Until next time, follow along. This is quality content. Like and subscribe.